Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bird's Nest Schoolhouse. It has been a minute since I've been on here, and I am happy to be back. In today's video, we have completed term 2, and I will be going over how our term 2 went overall, and then I will be getting into how my kindergartner is doing with her individual subjects. So, if you're new here, my name is Jocelyn, and I am a first-time homeschooling mom to a 4 and fresh to 6-year-old kindergartner and first grader. This channel is my outlet for our homeschool life here in the Virgin Islands. So if that is something that is of interest to you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button. I am happy to have you. Overall, we have had a really, really great second term. We've learned a lot in this second term. If you've seen some previous videos, you know that term 1 was just figuring everything out. We did unexpected traveling, and then I was substitute teaching, and I actually did substitute teaching 2 weeks into the second term. So part of the second term, we were still at the school homeschooling on our lunch hour, and then when we left the school, we took a week off and just took a full break, and then we came back and jumped right into math and language arts. We reintroduced Build Your Library Level 0 around the world, and in a video coming up, I will go over our family subjects and how those are going, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, so for term 2, I took a break from YouTube because the substitute teaching was a lot. Working a full-time job and then homeschooling on lunch break, doing all the extracurriculars, and then still keeping up with everything, at home. It just really didn't leave room for anything else. And I really tried to continue the videos, but at some point, something's got to give. So I took a break from that and then really just put myself into focusing what was working for our homeschool and the rhythm and getting the rhythm and routine set up, and not try to bring in any outliers to possibly disrupt that flow or distract from really figuring out our homeschool routine. So I took a break from YouTube, but I am back now. We finished term 2, and we're taking a week off to really just, set ourselves up for success for term 3. So let's jump into how my kindergartner is doing. All right, so amazing things are happening with her. We have very exciting news. In my last video at the end of term 1, I talked about how we had kind of hit a wall with pinwheels and she was shutting down. She wasn't understanding blending, and it was just causing a lot of frustration. We have made a lot of changes in term 2, and it's actually going really, really well because she is reading, officially reading, and I'm so proud of her. And it's just really, really cool to see because I know how she was doing, and to see where she is now is super exciting. And I know that she is really excited about it, and I can just see her confidence, and that's all I can ask for. Just a little summary of what she's doing for her language arts. So this is her language arts tub, and she is doing the Get Set for the Code books. She's on book B, and then we brought in the Run Bug Run from All About Reading, level 1 reader, which I'll get into because I'm like, what? She wasn't reading and now she's doing a reader. And then we are still doing Pinwheels, level 1. And then we have, in our travels in term 1, I created these games for CVC words to really bring out she was struggling with the vowel sounds. So we were doing a number of games with these cards. So I ended up bringing these cards back to work on blending. And so this is another thing we've incorporated into her language arts. So how is it all going? Shortly into term 2, I dropped Pinwheels. I said, she's getting too frustrated with it. We need to build her confidence back up. So we were doing the Get Set for the Code every day. She did like 4 pages. She would just, work on the sounds of the letters and do the pages, and then that was it. And this really helped bring her confidence back because she finished the book A shortly into term 2, and she brought in book B. So just the fact of her finishing the book was big for her confidence. And then, so we were doing this, and then I was playing to kind of work on listening for like how blending should go. I would put out, one of the games we played is I would put out a pile of these, and she would have to figure out which word I was saying. And I would say lip, and she would have to put the word together in her mind to know that I was saying lip. And ed, and she had to put the word together to know that I was saying bed. And she really loved doing this. And it just kind of gave her another way of thinking about blending when she didn't have to do the blending herself, but she had to listen to the words sounded out to put it together. So that really helped her like kind of know how, when you're sounding out a word, how to listen to put it together, because that was one of the things that she was struggling with. She would go and then she wouldn't know what to do. Like it wasn't all clicking for her. So we played this game a couple of times, and she really, really liked it, and I think it helped her. And another thing that we did is we did, for my son, we did How to Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. And one of the things that they do in Teach Your Child to Read is they put symbols underneath of the words. So she would try and sound out the B sound, like a ba, and like I went back and I read the parent's guide and How to Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, which has a really great information in there. And it also talked about how to do the symbols, like what the symbols meant, blah, blah, blah. So I brought those symbols to her, and, for fast sounds and for short sounds. So I would do the triangle, the dot, or not the triangle, the whatever that thing is, and so fast, I would say that if you see this symbol, you say it fast. If you see this symbol, you say it slow, fast. So she really worked on differentiating between like and with the game where we just like sounded out all of the picture words, she was starting to get it. So we would also do with these, one of the great things about pinwheels is that they do nonsense words. So basically like letters that are not words. So like ge, og, ig, they don't make words, but it just teaches them to put those sounds together, I guess. So we did a lot of that. So we would do the get ready for the code books, and then we would just do some small blending activities, or we would play the picture sound game. And she seemed to be really enjoying that. She was no longer doing her little like complete shutdown, getting frustrated. The last thing I want to do is get her frustrated and like checked out. So we did those activities for a couple weeks. And when I felt like, then one day, a friend of ours had given us a sight word game, and it was in the backseat of the car. And we were just driving, and all of a sudden in the backseat, I hear my daughter go, and. Did she just read a word? Did she just say and? And then at, am. And I was like, what is going on? I didn't say anything. I just, she's like, mommy, is this word am? Is this word at? And I said, yeah, that's good. But she just started reading words. And so at that point, I knew she was ready to go back to pinwheels, to kind of work on our words again, or blending our words again. And I also, so we're still doing, so our schedule now is we do get ready for the code 3 days a week. So she does get ready for the code, and then we also do run bug run. And what I do is I will go like the first story is jam. So what I did for like I would say a week before is she would do her get ready for the code book, and then I would go through this story and I would take out words. This is another thing that they did in Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. They would introduce words like a couple lessons before you got to that story. So that when you got to that story, you already had some background with the words, the words that you found in that story. So I pulled that strategy and I would, for a day I would put Pam, yak, and sat and ham, and I would pull like 5 words and we would just practice blending those words together. And then when she was comfortable doing those words, I was like, I think you're ready for this book. And so she read the first story. It took us a week, but she read the first story. And I walked into the living room one day and she was just sitting there reading the story over again. And she is just so proud of herself. And that's just so exciting. I mean, to know her struggle and how shut down she was just, last term, like a couple months ago, to the fact that she wants to pick up this book and read the words is just awesome. And she asks to do this book. So we are on the second story now. And on the days that we do get ready for the code, I kind of do the same thing where I'll pull some of the words and I'll put them on a dry erase board and have her blend them out. And then when she gets to this, she doesn't realize it, but she's already read those words. So her confidence is just exploding and it's amazing. So that is, and the pinwheels we do it 2 times a week and it's going really well. They have it so that it's broken down into days. For example, like you have half of the lesson is just review, and then you've got, a couple of activities in the workbook or like a reader to read. And she's read, I think, 2 of the readers. But one of the things that I was just so impressed with is this is her workbook. I mean, her handwriting is she's just doing so well. But they have these missing sounds. So you have these pictures and they have to sound out the word. And she did this page by herself. She's 4. And like a month ago, she was struggling to put the letter sounds together. And she sounded these words out and wrote the letters by herself. I didn't help her. She's doing really, really well. I'm just so amazed and so impressed with her. Speaking of handwriting, we are also doing the handwriting without tears. We do it twice a week. Really, the kids just do it to play with the chalkboards. I would say we're just finishing up the capital letters, but at this point, it's just busy work. So we just kind of do it with the chalkboards. There's so much writing in pinwheels. Like they do a lot of handwriting practice in pinwheels. I'm not really stressing that we're not going through handwriting without tears at any sort of pace. We're just kind of doing it for 10 minutes twice a week, and then that's it. So that is my daughter's reading journey. It's really, really amazing. It's super exciting. And so Math with Confidence is going awesome. Depending on the day, sometimes we do 2 lessons, sometimes we do 1. But at the end of term 2, she is actually finishing up unit 4. So she's done with unit 4, and beginning of term 3, she'll be going on to unit 5. So we just finished addition, like basic addition, +2, +0, +1. And she's doing really, really well with that. No complaints about Math with Confidence, only good things. The games are going well. Workbooks are going well. Concepts are going well. Thumbs up all around. You like Math with Confidence? Yay! So what's your favorite between Math with Confidence, Pinwheels, your reader, Get Ready for the Code? Get Ready for the Code. You like Get Ready for the Code the best? Okay. Are you excited you're reading? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, overall focus, she's doing really, really well when it's time to sit down. She's usually pretty focused. Her lessons between both math and language arts, um, we read for maybe 5 minutes. Pinwheels takes us 10 minutes. Um, Math anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. If there's a game involved, her focus is fine going over 10 minutes because she wants to play the game multiple times. So yes, kindergarten is going great. And my name is Mimi. And yeah, so stay tuned for the next video. We are going to be doing how first grade is going for my son between math with confidence and language arts. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.